I will always give you options. You can be here, but also if you are starting to work into heavier weights, bring one foot back. It's nice to kind of almost have that tripod stance to give yourself a little more base of support. So this, like I said, is going to be full body. It's giving you an idea of all the muscle groups we can work with weights. Weights are one of the best things you can do for your body. As a physical therapist, I give exercises, weights to almost every client I see. It helps with strength, obviously, but it helps with posture, helps with injury prevention, it helps prevent osteoporosis, it actually helps with memory, it helps with brain function, it helps with so many different things. It also helps you burn more calories throughout the day. Okay, so depending on what your goal is, weights can help. One more. Bring them up, stay here. I'm gonna turn now so my palms are facing away from me or facing forward. I'm gonna bring arms overhead and back down. All right, so straight up, overhead. Same idea from the side, I'm right here. You can have your feet, again, hip distance apart, right under your hips. You can have one back if you would like. Exhale as your arms press up. So here, think about things like lifting luggage into an overhead bin, right? Trying to reach up to close that trunk on the SUV if you're short like me and you have to really reach up, you're holding bags and you're trying to reach that button. Okay, weights are functional. We're trying to really prepare you for real life. Nice job. Bring the weights back down. We're gonna go into squats. I told you this is full body. We're gonna start to put some moves together. So I want your feet now shoulder distance apart, and they're just slightly turned out, maybe a little bit. Weights can either be at your sides, or they can be held here at your shoulders. And we're gonna sit back and down for a squat, and back up. Please, please do not be afraid of squats, okay? Squats also one of the most functional and important movements we do in our lifetime. Research is showing us we're not doing enough of them, okay? We're sitting all day, right? We're not making ourselves get down and up in the squat position. I know you might have a fear of squats if you think it's gonna hurt your knees, but just do a small one if you need to. Really work on your form so that you start to feel strength in a squat. This is how we get on and off the floor. This is how we climb up stairs. So again, we need this motion. Sit your tail down and back. Think about the weight more in your heels. Okay, and really get your booty back as you sit back into your chair. All right, one more. Nice job. Take a rest. You already hear me breathing heavy, so I'm right there with you, okay? We're gonna combine all that into what we call a push press. Let me show you what it's gonna look like. All right, so we come down into a squat. I'm gonna break it up for you here. Come up, press your arms overhead, bicep, and down. Okay, so I'm down here, my arms are by my side. I stand up, bicep curl, arms press. Bring them in, back down. So don't worry too much about the coordination. If you are brand new to this, I'll show you where I want you. Just right here, squat down, press up. So if you're brand new, just right here. If you're a little more familiar or comfortable, then again, add the bicep curl, okay? So now, just because I'm such a functional type of person, I start to think of, bending down, lifting up something from the ground, and coming up and pushing it overhead, right? Nice job. Arms come down, take a break, and you can walk it out. Very nice. We're gonna come down onto the mat, all right? So I'm gonna bring my weights close and lay all the way down. And you're gonna bring the weights onto your hips in the front. So I'm holding them with my hands. Feet are hip distance apart. When you're ready, exhale, press your hips up. Inhale, lower back down. So it's a bridge position, but it's not quite a typical articulating bridge that I'll teach through Pilates. This is a flat back, so keep your back flat. Press through your heels to lift your hips up. Good job. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. So we're gonna bring elbows down to the ground and your palms are facing each other. So my elbows are bent. I'm gonna exhale, arms come straight up. Inhale, back down. So it's like my elbows are just grazing past my ribs when they come back in. So this is something too, where you might wanna have one heavier set of weights and one lighter set. It's really common, like arms are a smaller muscle group than legs, so you might have been able to do heavier with the squats, and now your arms are getting tired. So maybe you do 3 or 4 reps heavy weights, and then drop to the small weights. So you don't quit, right? We don't have to stop. We adjust. And that's how we get stronger. You don't suddenly one day wake up and are able to do 20 repetitions with the heavy weights. You wake up and you can do 19 with your normal weights and 1 with heavy. And then the next week, maybe you can do 15 normal weights, 5 heavy. That's how we gain strength. That's how we make gains. Nice job. Bring them back down. And they're gonna go right to your hips again, okay? Exhale, press up. Inhale, now lower down halfway and up again. Halfway, up again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips, lower, back, down. Nice job. Arms to your sides. 1 more set. Yes, you're gonna feel your arms tomorrow. Nothing wrong with that. And if you aren't sure if you should go up or down in weight, my general rule is if you could do 30 or 40 repetitions without even thinking about it, the weight's too light, okay? If you can't do 4, it's probably too heavy. That's why it's nice to kind of switch it up. So do what you can maybe with heavy and then switch to light. Or maybe the light weights feel perfect for 12 repetitions, then you stay there until you can go up. But if you can sit here right now, last breath, and come down and rest. If you can sit here right now and think about your to-do list and what you're getting at the grocery store and you're not even thinking about your body, it's probably too easy. Set the weights down. Bring your hands behind your head. Keep your tail down. Inhale, exhale. Little crunch and back down. Because what's nice is adding in some abdominal work after or in the middle of some of the weight work. Keep your tail down. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hug your knees in. And then tuck your chin and start to roll yourself forward and backward until we're all the way up to seated. Okay, so let's bring the weights forward and we're gonna come on to all 4s. So here too, you're just gonna play. Do you want light or heavy? You can decide once you see where we're going. Bring the weight behind your left knee. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We're gonna bring the left leg up and back. So you really have to squeeze the back of the knee, right? right? Make sure that the weight stays in place. Make sure your elbows are slightly bent, no locked elbows. Try not to let your weight lean over to the right. And go lighter if you need to. And you can always ditch the weights completely, okay? Again, especially the last couple reps. But remember, this is a workout trying to encourage you and empower you and give you confidence in using weights. So if you can, even try to use a light one. Okay, last one. Keep it up there. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Nice job. All right. We're going to bring the weight forward for the left hand. Now, on this one, I like to separate my knees a little bit more. Okay? And what I'm going to do is bring the weight up and then open, come down, and in. Elbow, open it up, down, in. Okay? So we're working now the backs of the shoulders. Excuse me. We've done a lot for our biceps already, kind of the front. So I want to make sure we're really working into the upper back and the backs of the shoulders as well. Okay, 2 more. And let yourself rotate and spin open at the top. Nice job. Okay, now, not done yet. Bring your right foot forward. And you'll see what I'm doing, and then you can decide if you want to join me or if you want to take a rest. So I have my left toes curled underneath, and I'm up into a high kneel here. And I'm going to exhale to lift right up into my lunge. Inhale back down. So feet very wide. Remember, I'll always give you this tip. I do have a workout about how to do a lunge without knee pain. So go find that tutorial if this is hard for you. It has lots of great tips. But one of them is to have a really wide stance. Okay? Keep your back heel up. Your back heel does not come down. Come down. So you're hovering. Stay here. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. All the way up. 3. Pulse. Pulse. All the way up. So if you don't like this part, leave it behind. Ditch it. Just keep doing your lunges. You can, again, have a chair or a wall. Okay? I will always encourage variations because the most important thing to me is that you're just moving and that you feel empowered in that. I know I'm like a broken record, but it's important to me that you believe in what you can do and you don't focus on what you can't do. Nice job. We'll come all the way back down. And we get to switch sides. So I'll turn. Then we're going to bring the weight behind the right knee. Okay? So when you're ready, you're set up with the left knee underneath your hip, elbows slightly bent. Here we go. So you'll see, you might notice, I always have a little pause at the top when I'm doing this exercise. It's just enough to kind of achieve the position. Just enough so my body knows I did it, that I'm not just bouncing in and out. And then I'm really slow on the way down. That's the eccentric work. Okay, on this one, lift it up, stay there, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, nice job. Okay, knees separate, and you can always put padding underneath your knees. And I'm gonna lift up, open, down, in. So some really nice thoracic spine rotation with this too, as well as obliques. Nice job, one more. All right, lunchtime. Now you know that what's coming, and I never know if that's a bad thing or a good thing to know what's coming. Sometimes it's nice not to know. So back leg, toes are curled under. That's the hardest part, is getting up. And then we'll down and up. Again, you're gonna think about that knee straight down to the ground. Back heel is lifted. Toes are facing forward. Nice long stance. All right, here we go with our pulses if you're gonna join for that. So down, 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Nice. Let's do 2 more rounds. 3, 2, 1. You got it. Strength is gained right here. Awesome. Come down. Set your weight down. And then we're gonna lay down on our side. So I'm gonna start on my left side. I have this side plank position happening. So my left elbow's under my left shoulder. And then I want your feet back behind you. So you have a straight line from your head, chest, pelvis, knees. Okay, so your legs are not in front of you. They're in line with your body, with your knees bent, feet back. I'm holding the weight on top of my thigh. We're gonna exhale up and down. Now, you can stay here, or I encourage you to try to lift the top leg. Nice job. So we've got outer hip, both legs, and lots of obliques. And then your arm, just by holding your body up. Last 2. Nice job. We're gonna go right to the other side. So yes, setting yourself up in this position can take just as long as the exercise, but it's just because you really want to make sure you're that nice straight line. And that elbow is right underneath your shoulder. So lift the top knee when you come up. Nice job. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Swing the legs around. I'm going to turn to the side so you can watch this next one from the side. So you're going to sit however is comfortable, and you can just sit up in a chair for this one, okay? So if sitting on the ground isn't comfortable, sit on a chair or in a box or on a step. But I'm going to sit on the ground here, and I'm going to hold one weight. So I'm holding it, and my elbows are coming in towards the side of my head. And the weight is kind of hanging down almost between my shoulder blades. And I'm going to press both hands up and back down. Nice. So keep squeezing the elbows in. And yes, I only have one weight because I have the 10 pound. If I was using my lighter weights, I just know myself, I could probably have one weight in each hand and do this. So you'll just see what your weights feel like to you. Triceps definitely tend to be one of our weaker muscle groups, so don't be surprised if you have to go lighter. Okay, 2 more. These always get me. Nice job. Come back down. Okay. We're gonna come back up to standing. And we're gonna bring 2 weights, and we're gonna go back to how we started with our 2 heavier weights, okay? If that still feels okay for you. All right, so we're gonna have our legs back to that squat position, which means shoulder distance apart, slightly turned out. I am gonna choose to have my weights here at my shoulders, but again, you can have them down by your sides. So we're gonna inhale, sit back and down, exhale, up. 2, we're going back to all of those principles we know about squatting, which means sitting your booty down and back, pressing through your heels. Feel like your sit bones spread apart when you go down. Okay? So you're not tucking, especially when you go down. No tucking of your tail, no squeezing of your buns when you go down. Okay? Maybe at the top, if you want right here, you can give a little squeeze, but not when you go down. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Weights come down. I'm going to step my feet in to about shoulder distance apart and lift up onto my toes and down. So for a little calf raise, right? So try to think about your head lifting right up to the ceiling. Sometimes this will burn out faster than anything else. Last 2. 1. Nice job. And again, walk it out here. Okay, we're going to do one more shoulder exercise in standing. Same thing. You can have 1 foot forward, 1 back, or just have them right next to each other. Arms are here. I'm lifting out to the sides and back in. So try to keep your hands and your shoulders at the same height, meaning when you come up, I don't want that. See how my hands are hanging? I want the whole arm to lift. And this is when you start to realize how much you really worked today. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Set the weights down. Just come back to your mat and walk it out. And we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Nice job. One more time. Nice job. All right. Come down to your mat. Meet me there one more time. We don't need the weights. We're going to be done with our weights, but we want just a few more minutes of abdominal work here. So come all the way down to your back. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale. Exhale, curl, roll up. Inhale to come back down. And remember, I have a tutorial also on how to do crunches without neck pain. So don't ever feel ashamed, like you're doing anything wrong. If you get neck pain with crunch, go watch that tutorial. It can be very helpful. It will help you kind of take away some of those movement mistakes we do that can lead to neck pain. So I don't want you to have it with crunches. I want you to feel your abs, but I don't want you to feel your neck. Okay, roll up. Stay here. Right leg up, down, left leg. And remember, you can ditch this part if you need to. Just do the crunches. See if you can keep lifting higher. Okay, we're going to add one more part. Lift the right leg, twist to the right. Center, left leg, twist to the left. Keep going, dig deep. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down. Nice job. Hug both knees in. Cross the right ankle over the left knee to find a stretch here. Maybe hold behind the left thigh to pull the legs in. And then go ahead and switch sides. both knees in. Keep your legs together. Bring them down onto the ground. And just let your knees sway side to side. Maybe eventually letting them fall all the way to the left, and you can look over to the right. Come back to center. Take it the opposite way. And then come back up. Hug your knees in one more time. Congratulate yourself on a workout. Very well done. I'll see you soon.
That again.
A chair or a wall close if that makes you